howdy, hey everyone. Today I'm going to launch a new series, and not only are we going to do it as a kind of blog post, but we're also going to do it podcast style. So we will be recording these and being able to provide more stories, more in-depth information in order to give you the best depiction of what our top 10s are. And hopefully the voice recording or podcast style will actually extend into other trip recaps or other discussions we have. So with that, let us get started into this brand new series. Like I said, the Hey Disney Top 10. So basically it is Happily Adventures After Hey Disney Top 10, which we are going to discuss the top 10 in each specific area on a weekly basis. The reason we've chosen to call it Hey Disney Top 10 is because of the recent upgrades to Walt Disney World. So some of you may know that we have an Amazon. I am not going to say her name so she does not turn on, but it's spelled Alexa. So if yours went off, I apologize. I didn't say it. I spelled it. Hopefully that worked. But it's basically an overlay where it's called Hey Disney. And so the Hey Disney actually provides Walt Disney World guests or the user of this mechanism on top of the Alexa the opportunity to provide Disney games, play some fun little music, learn information, and various facts about Walt Disney World. They also share you information about the Disney parks that you're at, and it acts as a personal resort room concierge. So you can ask the front desk to bring you towels, ask them what time is XYZ, can you have a late checkout, all through the Hey Disney overlay on the Amazon Alexa. So in doing so, we're kind of going to serve the podcast top 10 style as just that. We want to serve as an opportunity to play games, learn more information, have fun facts about different Walt Disney World attributes that we're counting down the top 10. And in doing so, we're going to have that discussion and bring it forth to you, our guests and listeners. I kind of touched on it before, but it will basically range from various topics out the Disney parks or Disney Cruise Line, anything about that, whether it be attractions, the park itself, various food, travel tips, resorts, so much more that we can tangibly discuss at Walt Disney World, Disneyland, like I said, Disney Cruise, whatever it may be. So in doing so, we want to engage with you and know what your top 10s are also. But this is going to be our first. So when I say but, we don't really know how we're going to navigate this. So we want to get your input as well. However, here's our inaugural one. We're going to bring you the best of the best here. We're going to go to the top park we could think of basically in the world. It is Magic Kingdom. So for our first Hey Disney Top 10, we're bringing you our top 10 of the world's most visited park. And dare I say, it's the most famous park in the world, I would suggest, which is the Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World, as I said. This is going to be an overview of basically Happily Adventures After top 10 at Magic Kingdom. We're going to include everything from dinings to attractions, hidden spots, different stories, anything along those lines. And we're going to break it down probably in the future, top 10 at Magic Kingdom dining, top 10 attractions at Magic Kingdom, so on and so forth, just so you get a little bit more of a feel and get to know what's out there. However, today we're keeping it general because this is our very first one. Now, with that being said, without further ado, in absolutely positively no particular order, here's the Happily Adventures After Hey Disney Top 10 on Magic Kingdom. So our first up is Sunshine Tree Terrace. Oh, isn't that a mouthful? Citrus Swirl. So I want to start off by saying, hands down, this is my absolute favorite snack and ice cream in Walt Disney World and potentially ever. I have spoken about this in our Week in the World at Disney World for our April 2020 blog post. And I can guarantee you I will speak of this again and again and again and again and again. The Citrus Swirl is an ice cream that is half vanilla ice cream soft serve, and half orange swirl. So it's not necessarily a popsicle, but it tastes exactly like a creamsicle. And it doesn't taste like the creamsicle ice cream. It tastes like the creamsicle popsicle, hence why I said it is not a popsicle. It is purely soft serve. Please go back to the Week in the World April 2020 post and see that on the Happily Adventures After blog. There's a picture of it. As I said, this will not be the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth time you hear me discuss it. My goodness, I love this treat. I do not know why. I call it swirly twirly ice cream. That's my context. I refer to it at home as swirly twirly ice cream. I've tried to find swirly twirly ice cream at home, but no, there is nothing like it. My mom and I found this treat. I know it's been around for ages, at Sunshine Tree Terrace years ago, maybe 4 years ago. No, that would be 2020, maybe 3 years ago. And dare I say it, I cannot go to Magic Kingdom without it. This treat is phenomenal. It blends that orange juice or orange soft serve with that vanilla ice cream to make the perfect popsicle feel without it being a popsicle. It is a creamsicle at its finest. I just have to say it is my favorite and a must-have. Like I said, I can't leave the Magic Kingdom without it. I think it's the best, as does my mom. And we both like creamsicles, so I'm going to say you're going to have to like a creamsicle taste to like it. But this most certainly makes our top 10 at Magic Kingdom. Next up on our Hey Disney Top 10 for the Magic Kingdom, we're going to talk about the Walt Disney World Railway, or Railroad, my apologies. So this is a journey around the Magic Kingdom. It is an attraction on the Walt Disney World Railway. You get into various railroad cars, and the Walt Disney World Railroad provides a beautiful and relaxing ride around the Magic Kingdom on the outskirts to see everything that it has to offer. Not only is it peaceful, but it allows you to see different areas and different viewpoints of Magic Kingdom that you normally couldn't see when you're walking around the physical park. My personal favorite thing you can see from this attraction is when you are, okay, I have two. When you are at the top as you enter Magic Kingdom on Main Street, that Main Street station, and overlooking the Magic Kingdom, you see a beautiful view of Cinderella's castle, Main Street, all of the shops. It is incredibly picturesque, and I personally love it. And that's when you look to, if you're boarding the train and the train is about to go, that's when you look to the right and you're at that station. However, when you look to the left, you overlook the entrance of Magic Kingdom. You can see all the guests coming in. May it be their first time, maybe it be their 100th time, but it is absolutely phenomenal. I just love it personally. My second favorite is, weirdly enough, is Frontierland. I don't know why. I just really like the atmosphere you can see from the Walt Disney World Railroad station and area there. And I think it's really fun to be able to see everyone enjoying that because it's more of a back end of that park. Now, I do know that we got all of that news from D23 this year, 2024, that we're going to have a Beyond Big Thunder Mountain and a Beyond Frontierland expansion. So I'm sure with the railroad, you'll be able to see so much more in the coming years in that area. Additionally, with the railroad, you're able to hear some really nice commentary about each land you travel through. You learn some very fun facts. And I love when you're going from Storybook Circus into Tomorrowland, and it does this and okay, that was a horrible rendition. I apologize. But when you do so, you get to hear about Tron, since that station and stop, that area, goes directly through the Tron. When it was happening, the Tron construction, and they rerouted the railway so that it can go through it. But it's really cool because it kind of takes over and it's like, wow, I didn't know we were doing that. And you miss some great context, but in the way they put it together was excellent. I just have to say, I love it. It brings some excitement and nostalgia also to know that Walt Disney, he loved trains. One of the trains is named after his wife, Lillian. So it's just very nice. And I just think it's a really nice means of transportation around the park. But it's a really great attraction and just is very fun to ride on. And it's something that's relaxing and you can step away from in the Magic Kingdom with such hustle and bustle. All right, on to our third, which is Jungle Cruise and Jungle Skipper Canteen. Now, these are two different things. One's an attraction and one's a table service restaurant or dining experience in Disney World's Magic Kingdom. However, the sense of humor that rings through both is what I love. So my family and I have an exceptionally dry sense of humor, and therefore the jokes on both the Jungle Cruise and Jungle Skipper's Canteen line up to us times a million. We think it's hilarious. Not only you get the traditional jokes like the backside of water, all of those are funny, and I will forever think they are funny. Again, just my sense of humor. However, when you laugh along with the skippers in those interim jokes, Again, I touched on this in the Happily Adventures After Week in the World, April 2024, Magic Kingdom, where the skipper was discussing the joke that she was the middle child on the Jungle Cruise. So don't worry, we'll forget about everybody on the docks. Like, wave goodbye to them because they're like the middle child and nobody will remember them. Things like that are hysterical because I'm not a middle child, but I understand the middle child complex. However, I think it's just funny. Like, those sense of humor, they get me. As well as the restaurant menu things on the Jungle Skipper canteen, such as the taste like chicken, because it is. At dinner, like, I don't know. I just think those are funny. My family thinks it's very funny. Sometimes when we're making chicken, we'll look at each other and go, tastes like chicken, because it is. And we know where it's from. So those not only bring a sense of joy and a sense of happiness, but they're also something our whole family can enjoy and laugh at and creates recurring jokes and brings back those memories. So for me, Jungle Cruise and Jungle Skipper's Canteen are something that I absolutely love. So next up, this one's actually placed in here for my mom. So it is the Main Street Confectionary's Caramel Apple with Peanuts. So, as I said, this one is a mention for my mom because I am allergic to peanuts, sadly. That allergy came later in life because I do know what peanut and peanut butter taste like, and it is a dream, and it makes me very sad I cannot eat it. But my mom absolutely adores the fresh Magic Kingdom caramel apples with nuts. When I brought this list up to her, she said I had to specifically say that they were the fresh ones, not the prepackaged peanut caramel apples. It has to be fresh from the bakery case. They're a little bit harder to find now because so many things are prepackaged from the 2020 closures. However, you can still find them. The ones in the pre-package do not taste the same. They are not as good. The fresh ones, she said, are the absolute best. So she actually always gets this treat on the way home. Once we exit the Magic Kingdom and are going back to where we are staying, and she takes it as a little piece of Magic Kingdom with her. So she enjoys it on the car drive home. And it's actually been a staple of our Disney adventures since as long as I can remember. And we went to Disneyland when I was 2. So if you can understand that for about 28 years, I can picture my mom eating these. As I said, it has been a staple, and she will not get a caramel apple with nuts other places because they do not taste as good. Also, as a joke, my mom actually can only down these, not only on the way out, she gets them when we get stuck in rides. So as a side story, it has happened more than probably any of us would like to admit, but we may be on going for an attraction kind of queue, and it says it's a posted 45-minute wait. The one I can vaguely just tell you off the top of my head is Seven Dwarfs Mine Train at the Halloween, so Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. And in doing so, it said it was a posted, I think, 30-40 minute attraction. Wait, perfect, great. My mom's got a caramel apple with nuts in hand, ready to eat it in the queue. We are standing in line. It's my mom, myself, and my youngest cousin. And we're like, all right, we're ready to go. This is going to be great. My mom's like, we have a bunch of time to do this. My youngest cousin is playing. She was about, I think she was 11 or 12 at the time. She's much older than that now. But she was playing with all the interactive elements in this queue, which are phenomenal. So she was putting her hand under the running water. She was able to play the different music or spin so you could see the Seven Dwarfs when they were in the diamond mines. And you're able to spin those barrels. And my mom's like, oh, I have time. No, that 30-40 minute wait it said it was, I'm not kidding. We had a walk on, and I've never seen my mom down a caramel apple fast enough. So that is why it always will hold a special place in my and my family's heart and makes the Happily Adventure After HAA Disney top 10 of Magic Kingdom. All right, 5th on our list is Peter Pan's Flight. So this is a quintessential dark ride at Walt Disney World, and it is very iconic for the wait times. I'm pretty sure more than the actual rides, because these wait times range from 45 minutes upwards. I've seen it to be roughly 2 hours, so 120 minutes, which is insane. My family and I usually either purchase what is now Lightning Lane Multipass. It has gone through various iterations of names, and so we also do it we tend to do it at parties, so either Mickey's Not So Scary or Mickey's Very Merry, as well as hard-ticketed after-hours events. I personally think that this ride is worth it. Like I said, it is that quintessential Walt Disney World or Disneyland dark ride. And this one is special though because you fly high over the cities of London. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, my name is London, so it does add an extra little fun element for me anytime I see my name. But I think this is just absolutely beautiful. The story being told of Peter Pan, and I'm not even a Peter Pan person. I don't love this film or series. It is absolutely beautiful. My cousin, the youngest cousin I was just speaking about, her older sister, who is featured in our Week in the World April 2024 series discussion about our trip, she loves Peter Pan. That is one of her movies. And it also just makes me think of her, which is something, again, I love because Walt Disney World and Disneyland, anything about Disney is making those memories for your family and for it to be everlasting. However, this ride, my word, I don't know what it is about it, whether you're flying high over the cities of London, like I said, whether you're being there with your family and seeing the reactions of being up in the air over than just in one of the classic, such as Peter Pan or Little Mermaid, those ride vehicles. I don't know. I just love it. And the interactive queue here is really well done. So if you have the chance to go through it and it's a shorter wait, I think it's well worth it just to even do it once. So that is why Peter Pan's Flight makes our top 10. Number 6 on our list actually is Pinocchio's Village House, and it is specifically the upstairs. So this restaurant, which is a quick service restaurant located in Fantasyland in the Magic Kingdom, is notorious for being mediocre at times in terms of food. So as I said, it sits in the heart of Fantasyland, and it is part of the older Fantasyland, not New Fantasyland, which opened in, I think, 2012. So it's still called New Fantasyland, but hey, work with me here. It overlooks both It's a Small World. You can actually see the boats loading and unloading from the interior of Pinocchio's Village House. And it also overlooks the Cinderella Royal Carousel, which, depending on where you sit, but you can see it from one of the entrances into the quick service restaurant. So Disney lists it as an American Italian style food, which generally serves flatbread pizzas, chicken, let's say chicken parm. They also have kids classics such as chicken nuggets and fries. They have various salads, they have pastas, and various kids favorites such as Uncrustables, which again, that youngest cousin I have will only eat Uncrustables in Disney World. We have asked her to buy boxes, even as a older. We're like, hey, we saw these, let's say at Costco. Do you want a box? No. But you love them at Walt Disney World. Yeah, it's a Walt Disney World thing. So it's very fun. Again, those memories that Walt Disney wanted us to have when entering his park, I can relate to some of these. Now, why did we pick Pinocchio's Village House? It's because, again, those memories that come with it. So as I said, my cousins love to come to Disney World with us from time to time. And we go out of our way to stop here because these two, who are now, yes, adults, 21 and 23, will go for, respectively, the kids' mac and cheese and the Uncrustable sandwich meals, like I said. But the memories that are here, as I had brought up earlier, for me, make it something that will always be a top 10 memory of Magic Kingdom and Disney itself. I also have to say why I specifically said the upstairs is because it is super fun to people watch. A lot of people do not know that the upstairs of this quick service restaurant exists, but you can take the stairs and it is completely open seating usually. And if you have the chance, there's also an outside where you can sit and watch. It is an excellent spot for the fireworks viewing. If you want to see it from the back, you don't see the projections on Cinderella's castle. However, oh my word, it is amazing. It's a hidden gem. It is away from everyone. It is a great way. You don't have to actually eat the quick service meal from there at Walt Disney World. Little known fact, sit in the restaurant upstairs. So just go and get away from everyone for a moment, take a breath, decompress. I love it here. And that is why it makes our top 10. Next up, we have Hall of Presidents. So why I said that so enthusiastically is I love this. This is a show, but an attraction at the same time. It has the most incredible queue, which again, I want to loosely use the word queue because it's more of a waiting room for the show to start. And it has the most magical air conditioning, which is, I'm pretty sure, the best on property, not only in the parks, but also on Disney property that anybody could imagine. So I'm going to tell you that I love this. The audio animatronics of every United States of America's president that is there, as well as the ability to make you feel the storytelling. Oh, absolutely phenomenal. So I'm not a huge history person. I am not. I don't thoroughly enjoy history. I don't thoroughly enjoy learning political science. Those weren't my things in school. However, my mom is a huge history and political science person. She really enjoys learning about those things and just having those discussions, watching shows, as well as my husband. They both are. My dad is not thoroughly a history person. Him and I are more, let's say, math, science, things like that. But all of us adore this. The artistry of the audio animatronics, the beauty of it, the way the story is told, what it makes you feel learning the history. Oh my word. I adore it. It tells a beautiful story of how the United States of America came together. And it may not be 100% it's accurate, but I mean, it may not be 100%. There may be things left out. But that story creates such a movement coupled with the audio animatronics, the score, everything. It is phenomenal. It also, I think the waiting area is really neat, like I said, with those history and artifacts that are actually provided to the Walt Disney Company that are real. Phenomenal. I really do like to see that. I've been to Washington, D.C., and I think I've said it before in blog posts, I am Canadian. We live in southwestern Ontario. I've been to the Parliament building in Ottawa. It's really neat to see, and it's also really cool because they actually have a presidential seal there, which you can't touch it, you can't get close to it, but super neat. As I had said, being to Washington, and I've seen the White House in person, so is my mom, so is my husband, my cousins that I was speaking of earlier, we've all seen it. It's really great way to just see it. I don't know. I just love this. And did I say that they have the best air conditioning ever? Oh my word. I could talk for hours on the Hall of Presidents. I just really love it and the beauty of it, and that is most certainly why it makes our top 10. All right, on our list coming up, we have Happily Ever After, the Fireworks Spectacular. I think this is no surprise to anyone. The blog and the username here is Happily Adventures After, which is a play on Happily Ever After Fireworks Spectacular. So this one speaks for itself. As I said, this is in no particular order, but it's pretty high up that list. So this show is beloved to everybody who watched it. You can feel it. No, I cannot tell you enough that this show is absolutely adored. So it was adored so much that Magic Kingdom, there was an uproar when they took it away for the Walt Disney World 50th Fireworks Spectacular, enough so that it had to be brought back. This show is just impeccable, and everyone cheers when it starts. It's kind of like Fantasmic, where it has that following, because the happiness inside you that you feel when this comes on, and the movement and the call to action that it brings, that Jordan Fisher and the other talented artists, who I'm sorry I do not know her name, bring, is just phenomenal. So yes, will admit I am one of those Disney adults who have cried watching the show. However, it is warranted. The projections that they provide, the fireworks that are so impeccably timed, the lights, the everything, just the spectacularness, that's not a word, but of the show makes you feel all of those feels inside. It is just phenomenally well done. And I play this song all the time at home. I sing it. I watch the fireworks show from home. And it's actually one of the things that got me through 2020. And I know that sounds silly, but it was just such a moment. And the way that you see all of the heroes triumph, like I said, the depiction of being happily ever after really just came to light. And I have to say, it is one that I will be very sad when it does go away, but I never want it to. I know Disney will make room for something incredible, but it's phenomenal. So Happily Ever After will always be one of my Magic Kingdom top 10s. Coming up here, we have the wildest ride in the wilderness, and they don't call it that for nothing. So my mom loves this roller coaster. My mom does not like roller coasters, but we without fail do not ride this. Or we do ride this. My apologies. We ride this every time we're in Magic Kingdom. And she loves it. She adores it. Next to Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind over in Epcot. And that will be its own discussion because that ride is amazing. So Big Thunder Mountain is one of those roller coaster attractions that throws you around as you go through, and you're on a mine train. You're going through various parts. Oh, it is phenomenal. It's not too big and too scary. However, it's actually surprisingly long for a duration of a Disney World roller coaster. And it's an absolute blast. And that was no pun intended. So the story behind it is also very well done. If you take time to look through the queue and read all of the little things that they put out, I have to say Disney's immersion is phenomenal. It's one of the best. As you go through this queue, it really tells that story, and they really provide that to you. However, when you're on the ride and you're going through it, that kind of goes out the window, but you're like, I know why I'm here. I know I'm blasting these various rocks, but oh my goodness, because you're having so much fun. I cannot help but laugh hysterically every time I ride it. I throw my arms up, my mom will be like, woo! And I'm doing the same thing because it is awesome. As I said, I think this is a theme throughout this, and I can guarantee you it will be throughout any top 10, is these are memory driven, and this holds such a special place in my heart, not only for the love of it, but because it's just so much fun. And I love it. Did I say I love it? It's a wild roller coaster, but it makes for an impeccably good time. As a tip, I will say, do not sit 3 adults in a row. I have done it before. Don't do it. 2 adults and a child, awesome. 1 adult, 2 children, impeccable. Don't do 3 adults in a row. It is the most cramped thing you can possibly do. However, I will always laugh about it. So it does bring great joy, like I said. You can also see the Happily Ever After, or whatever fireworks spectacular they have going on that night. If you time it properly, and I've done it before, or I've been in that area watching it, and it is just makes for that extra added magic as you're going on that attraction. I can't think of anybody that isn't in my family who doesn't have a good time on that ride, other than my cousin who came with us in April, and she didn't like it. She doesn't love roller coasters, but my mom made her laugh all the same, and they have a great story behind it. So if you would like an accurate depiction of me and my mom riding this, please go watch Modern Family's season 3 episode, Disneyland, where Phil and Luke ride it. I'm Phil. Luke's my mom. So that's exactly how I feel about it, and it cannot be left out of our top 10. Last up, we have the special ticketed events, specifically the holiday parties. So both Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party and Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Both of these events are like no other. I am going to say this now. I'm a Christmas person with a passion. So naturally the Christmas party is my favorite. However, I really do have to say I like both the Halloween and the Christmas party that Magic Kingdom holds. These holidays are amped up. So both Halloween and Christmas by these parties, in my personal opinion. I'm going to touch on the Christmas party a little bit more. As I said, I'm a Christmas person through and through. I don't love Halloween, but I think they do an excellent job. I try to attend early in November to kick off my holiday season for the Christmas party and say, yeah, this is it. This is it. And either whether you're in the parks and it's dressed to the nines for Halloween or Christmas, the low attraction wait times, the added treats that come complimentary with the ticket, whether it be the trick-or-treating treats or the cookies and hot cocoa, which are phenomenal, and the specialty fireworks that are there, whether it's the live entertainment that the parties provide. It is Magic Kingdom at its finest. It really is. I love the stage shows that are there. I love everything about it, and I am somebody who would splurge on this. I would omit getting a day ticket if I could while I was at the parks. Now, I have annual passes, so that doesn't necessarily apply to me. But if you were planning a trip and you were contemplating doing Magic Kingdom as a day guest versus a party, I would splurge for the party and omit your day ticket that day. Just spend some time at your resort, your vacation house, wherever you are, because these are phenomenal. And these happen to be some of my favorite memories of Magic Kingdom that have occurred here because of the joy it brings. And you just see everybody either dressed up in Christmas decor and attire. I have seen somebody dressed as a Christmas tree, I'm not even kidding. Or Halloween costumes, whether they be fully costumed or just kind of Disney bounding, so dressing like or to resemble your favorite character, whatever it is. I think that these are awesome. I will note that it is a little overly expensive right now. I did just say I suggest you do it, but I will attest they are overly expensive. They're approximately $200 at their highest, or for a ticket per person. So at a family of 4 with taxes, you're nearly pushing $1,000 US. And being Canadian, convert that to Canadian. Right now with the exchange, we're looking at nearly $1,500, like coming in under that for just one day. So yeah, it's expensive, but I think it is a well worth addition to your park visit, especially seeing as you get in at 4 p.m. The park closes for day guests at 6 p.m. and you have for the duration of the party to explore. There are limited number of people attending, so the park is less crowded. It's awesome. Plus, like I said, that decor, amazing. When I went last year to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party, everyone was dressed up in their jammies, and my mom refused to dress up with me, and it made me very upset because we found some very cute Christmas jammies that she was like, no, London, it is way too hot. My mom and I go to Walt Disney World a lot. You're going to figure that out. We go just for the fun of it. But I've been there, for instance, with my husband, and we had a great time. Nobody was in their Christmas jammies. However, I was decked up in Christmas sweaters with him. It is so much fun, and I think it is bringing Magic Kingdom and Walt Disney World to a new level. So I would highly, highly suggest that. So that made it all the way to our top 10 at Magic Kingdom for the Hey Disney top 10. Magic Kingdom in general, but we can't make it out of Magic Kingdom without some honorable mentions. So I'm only giving you these just as quick snippets. They won't be fully discussed, but I want to make sure these get mentioned because I think that they are a great added to Magic Kingdom. Like I said, we could have probably made a second one of these, I'll be honest, because it's hard to pick just 10. Magic Kingdom is loaded with extra wonderful things. So without further ado, here are our honorable mentions. My first is Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So this ride is a little too new to become a staple to me. However, I really did like it. Some people don't, and that's okay, but I think it's a great, wonderful attraction. I have to say, it's just cute. I cannot explain it any way other than it is sweet and cute and tells an incredible story about Princess Tiana moving forward from Princess and the Frog. Princess and the Frog will always hold a special place in my heart for various reasons, but I have to say, if it didn't in yours, this is a great attraction. It's a very nice. I know some people really love Splash Mountain, and I think it wasn't a bad ride, but I think this is just as great. And for a new generation who understands Tiana versus they wouldn't understand where Splash Mountain came from. So it's great brand recognition there. However, I just really like it. Next, we also have Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I think this is a really well-themed queue, as I had mentioned earlier. I like this attraction a lot. I think the technology of the swinging mine cars is very fun. It's not too fast. It's not too scary. I really do have to say I like this roller coaster attraction in the Magic Kingdom. The only thing I don't love is the wait times, but that is what is now Lightning Lane single pass can be for, or a party ticket can be used, whatever it may be. But I really do like this. I think it's really nice. I think they did a great job with it. I also have to say the Main Street vehicles are a really fun mode of transportation. That would be considered an attraction if you want to. I don't think they're officially listed on the Disney World website as one, but they're really fun. I really like them. We're just never in the park at the time that they go, or we miss them in some way, shape, or form, so I can't say it is a staple for me, but I really do enjoy them, as does my family. The Festival of Fantasy Parade is another honorable mention, as I'm really delighted to watch it anytime we can. Sometimes we're on an attraction, sometimes we're not in the park at this time. Really, really love it. It is my second favorite parade in comparison to Magic Happens at Disneyland Resort in California, because that parade is like no other, and I wish we could have it, but I love Magic Happens. But side note, Festival of Fantasy is wonderful every time we get to watch it. Another honorable mention is Mickey's PhilharMagic. This show has become a very fond memory because it's really fun. When we were there for my youngest cousin's 9th birthday, we celebrated in the show because she really loves cartoons. She wanted to go watch this so badly. My mom was like, no, I hate cartoons. This is not going to be fun. And she's like, Aunt Marty, you got to do it. It's my birthday. Well, lo and behold, my mom was like, I don't like cartoons. No, I don't want to see it. Loved it. She thought it was great. So memories like that associated with it. And every time I go back, we just smile. Oh, I love it. And the addition of Coco in it recently, bringing that updated IP to it, again, for children of all ages to love, it is well done. And my last, this is going to be a controversial one, dun dun dun, honorable mention, is dining outside of the Magic Kingdom. So what do I like to do for dining in the Magic Kingdom? I like to leave. Magic Kingdom is notorious also for not having the best dining options, whether it be quick service or table service. However, it is in excellent proximity to options such as the Grand Floridian's Gasparilla Island Grills, Contemporary Steakhouse 71, either table service or quick service restaurants that are far superior to anything at Magic Kingdom. And I love going over there even for a treat. Sometimes we go over to the Wilderness Lodge and grab a cookie and a tea from the boat ride, or a boat over from Magic Kingdom. Sometimes we walk to, like I said, Gasparilla Island and get mac and cheese. That's our lunch. Whatever it is, they're really great options to get out of the Magic Kingdom park, have a nice lunch, and come back in. So everyone, that about wraps up our Hey Disney Top 10 for Magic Kingdom, our inaugural Hey Disney Top 10. What do you think about this? Tell me in the comments, leave me a message either on Instagram, on the blog post that corresponds with this over on our website, and share your thoughts. What are your top 10s in general at the Magic Kingdom, and let me know why. I'm always interested in the why because so many different memories have happened with each thing for anybody to like or dislike something. So we really want to know, so reach out and let us know. We look forward to seeing you back on Happily Adventures After Hey Disney Top 10, as well as those Week in the World updates that we give once a week for our trip recaps anytime we go, because we're always in the parks. So with that, I hope you have a great, wonderful, blessed day, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for listening. Bye.